Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth. Teaching us truth and righteousness and sincerity to you Israelite foreigners. Come back home to the truth. To those that passed on serving the Lord, the dead in Yahweh Shai, shall arise first. To you sisters who believe, keep encouraging and supporting your brothers out here, teaching us truth, and always commemorate the sister who washed your Yahweh Shai feet when you read the scriptures. Okay, so I wanted to talk to y'all about something. Again, as y'all know, y'all should know me by now. I have a lot of, let's say, discussions and debates on social media. And I don't know, like, I think that my algorithm, whatever, something has triggered them to feel that maybe I'm argumentative. But I'm not. Not that I'm argumentative, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And I try not to argue based on just what I think is right or wrong, right? Sometimes people just make arguments that are so fucking stupid that I just feel compelled. So lately I've been getting a lot of notifications from, oh shit, hold on, I didn't realize the music was that loud. Lately I've been getting a lot of notifications about Israel. And you got a lot of people basically coming up against Arabs on behalf of Israel. I don't know what the hot topic is going on over there right now. It's been kind of the same climate. Sometimes the heat is hotter than other times, pause. But when you talk to these people that are so much in support of Israel and so much against Arabs, like almost saying that Arabs are evil. Now I'm going to say this, I have no dog in that fight. Both of them are not my friend, I'll say. Both of them are evil. And I think if you talk to a lot of 48ers, that you have, believe it or not, you have 48ers that are willing to tell you, yeah, a lot of our people are the ones doing a lot of the wickedness. I believe it. But I had people say, like right now, I'm in an argument with a guy by the name of Bill Hunt, and I inherited that argument, or he inherited the argument from this lady named Tina Hill. He's saying things like, oh, all they wanted was a place to call home, and Arabs still control 99% of the area. Why the fuck don't Arabs control 100% of the area? Like, I'm not, until prophecy's fulfilled, I don't give a fuck who's in my land. Because things have to happen, and I get it, and I understand that part. But what I'm questioning is what makes this group of people, the 48ers, we have to use, certain language because we don't want to appear insensitive, right? But who we call the 48ers, why should they be the one that America fights for them to have a place to call home? Reason why I say that is because Europe, along with the United States, along with Arabs, and along with the current 48ers, and along with continental Africans, have teamed up to displace so-called black, West Indian, and Haitian people. Spain owes many Hispanics reparations for what they did to us. Right? Nobody thinks, hey, you know what, let's do right by these people. Nobody thinks, hey, let's do something for them, but they do it for them. So if you think about it, right, during the I guess I could say Holocaust, even using your narrative at face value without analyzing data and going into information, let's take your narrative at face value. Germany killed 6 million people that call themselves Jews, that actually converted to that religion in 740 AD. I don't know why by mistake the other day I said 730. It's 740 AD. So these aren't God's chosen people. These aren't the biblical Israelites. These are people that converted to that religion and held on to it until a very convenient time. So taking that at face value, the country that owes them reparations is Germany. So why is America paying all this money? Why is America fighting their wars for them? Why is America and England, who also didn't have anything to do with persecuting them or destroying or hurting them or displacing them, why is the one that defended you have to be the one to pay for the country that destroyed you? And again, I'm just using your narrative because there's a lot of information that I'm not going to go into at this time, to not to say, you know, any type of Holocaust is evil. You know, any type of Holocaust for people that, you know, are just trying to live is evil. You know, but the truth of the matter is, you have your hero, the country that rescued you from your Holocaust, paying you, sticking up for you. Why? Why? Maybe that's because that country is your financier. Maybe because there's a family that lays claim to a heritage that's not theirs, or 13 families, most of which are rooted in a people that claim a heritage that's not theirs for financial wealth. Because truth be told, the problems in pre-Nazi Germany, the problems in America today, the problems throughout the the later Middle Ages, is those people actually learned from us. When black people were in power in Europe during the Dark Ages, it was okay for because they were black Jews, they were the same people. You take care of your top tribe. Even if you convert to another religion or whatever, you're supposed to take care. The tribe of Judah and the tribe of Levi, really the tribe of Levi more than anybody, if you read the scriptures, it's supposed to be taken care of wherever they go by Israelites. The problem is when Israelites no longer run Europe, well, but now Jewish people were in Europe and they prospered. Off the hard work of other nations. That's in their culture. But the problem is here that, like I said, the one country that has been the hero to Jewish people, for some reason, is being tasked with sacrificing its own best interest to help those people. That doesn't sound right to me. Does it sound right to anybody else out there? The country that rescued you from the Holocaust has to fight all your wars for you, sacrifice its citizens, sacrifice its military, risk nuclear annihilation to help you. See, there's wars being planned and fought that you or I don't know about. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. I don't even trust conspiracy theorists. Because how the fuck does InfoWars get the inside track on all this shit going on? But one thing I can tell you is that it's not far off from the truth. Just follow politics. Follow shit. You know, follow the trail. The paper trail, the money trail, the power and politics trail. And the things that conspiracy theorists say are not far-fetched. I just don't see how they have such a supposed inside scoop on them if they're not juiced in themselves. You know, so Alex Jones, I believe, is controlled opposition. David Icke, I believe he was controlled opposition. You know, the thing is simple. Money and power. That's what these people are about. Money and power. You follow money and power, and you factor in that these people that are after money and power have stolen resources all over the world, then you understand what's going on in real life. So to say, oh, the poor Jews that survived the Holocaust, yes, you know, the ones that actually had to survive it, I'm not sitting here saying that Jewish people was sitting back sipping lemonade out of pineapple cups while everybody was getting hurt. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that history has exaggerated their oppression in order to spin a narrative that in turn creates opportunity for power. So you have people like Bill Hunt and Tina Hill that are making stupid fucking arguments saying, oh, all they want is a little bit of land. Well, all black people want is a little bit of land. All black people want, so-called African American people, all Hispanic people want is for Spain to return its gold to us. Right? All Hispanic people want is for Spain to recognize our suffering that they caused and do something to right it. You know, you can't bring families together. I get that part. You know, you've already separated families. You got people who might be sleeping with a near cousin and don't even know it because you've displaced families and caused all types of havoc in people's lands. You've done all that. So you really have to ask yourself, why do people still feel sorry for the modern state of Israel, the 48ers? Ever since they started their nation over there, they've done nothing but cause problems. People are saying, oh, the Arabs are attacking them. Yeah, well, listen, if you came into my house and carved out a land that was prestigious as Israel is for yourself, you come into my little ass apartment and you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to take over the area that you sleep in. Or if you take over my living room and say, I'm gonna take over the part that you drink liquor, listen to music, and play Madden in. You didn't just take a land that wasn't worth anything. You took the key land, the prized possession of the Palestinians. And like I said, you know, both of them don't belong there anyway, but the fact that so much is being done to help people, and who's helping them? You know, no, and so many Americans don't question that. So many people in this country, because the stupidity ends outside of America. All other countries know what the fuck's going on. It's Americans that are stupid. The 911 being inside situation. In France, they know that shit. That's commonly, that's the narrative they know. They know that it was the U.S. Wasn't no fucking Bin Laden. But because of the brainwashing, we believe that here in America. Pick up a book by an author by the name of Thyre Mason called 9/11 The Big Lie. You change your fucking life. Everything you thought about that situation, you'd be like, what the fuck? Really? So, just understand that everything you think you know, you don't. There's a lot of shit going on in this world that y'all don't understand, y'all don't know. And it just kind of is what it is, But as long as there's an idiot like Bill Hunt and Tina Hill that are sitting here saying, oh, these poor people, nothing poor about them. They do attach themselves to any country's resources, and they mooch off of it so much that they do better than natives. That's what the problem is. That's what, not to say that I'm in agreement with the Austrian painter. That's what I see him referred to as. I'm not saying that what he did wasn't a bad thing. A lot of times we look at it and see who he did that to. He did that to a lot of other people too. But no, they don't get no credit. Nobody says, hey, Lithuanians, let's look them out. Gypsies, let's look them out. They only focus on one group of people that they supposedly did all that to. Which, like I said, I'm not saying that what they did was righteous or that I'm okay with it happening. I'm just saying everything is a means to an end in this world. And that's why we want to get into the kingdom of heaven, where righteousness is going to be carried out. Of course, the nations are going to be oppressed to pay for their crimes that they've done against the children of Israel all those years. But the truth of the matter is, everybody's going to be happier in the kingdom, because you're not going to wonder where the devastation is coming from. You're not going to wonder that there's secret shit going on that's going to do something to hurt you or destroy you. You're going to already know. Everybody's going to know the Israelites are in power, and that's it. Give us what the fuck we asked for, and life will be good for y'all. That's it. But anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.